Blue Beetle releases in only a few weeks, and it's already mired in controversy since the main trailer released where they called Batman a fascist. And now in a new interview, the director and star decided to address this, saying that we misunderstood it in an attempt to damage control before release. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, it is unfortunate that every superhero film that comes out now we have to be skeptical over. We can't just genuinely get excited for a movie because you either get the first teasers and trailers and they look terrible, or the actors and actresses come out and say something extremely controversial. None of these movies release unscathed at this point. And of course, people were talking about Blue Beetle a few months ago because of the now infamous Batman's fascist comment that racked up, 50,000 dislikes on that trailer. People were pretty upset with the comments that were made, but now the Blue Beetle star has addressed the Batman backlash, and the response is really not a classy one. So, Batman has many nicknames: the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader, the world's greatest detective, but in the Blue Beetle trailer, the internet came to know the superhero by another name: Fascist. That's according to Jamie Ray's conspiracy theorist, Uncle Rudy, who of course is played by George Lopez, who responds to a mention of the Gotham vigilante by declaring that he's a fascist. The line sparked online backlash, with one commenter remarking it must have been written by someone who's never read Batman at all and probably hates him. But in an interview with Movie Maker, the lead actor and the director, Angel Manuel Soto, say the creatives behind Blue Beetle love Batman. Now, of course they're going to say that because there's no shot that they would come out and completely say, oh yeah, of course we hate Batman. Who actually likes him? Because he's such a massively popular character. But the way they respond isn't in a way that makes it seem like they actually cared about what fans have to say. He went on to say, we always wanted to have fun with the way Rudy talks about other superheroes, Soto said. So to the people who got mad at it, give us a chance. We're just trying to have fun with the characters that we love, and everybody in our movie loves Batman and Superman and the Flash. And of course, we have criticisms about them all, as we should, but that doesn't mean we hate Batman. We love Batman. And then the star said, F that. Maybe Jamie and the audience don't agree with Rudy, but you're allowed to have your opinion, which is the really only line that I kind of agree with in this whole entire statement. That's okay. If you felt some type of way about it, that was the point. So I think if you agree with it, if you don't agree with it, as it has been placed there for a reason, and all of the people who have their Batman shrines at home can keep them there and they don't have to worry. This is such a condescending statement because it's basically one that we've heard many times of, oh, just because you don't like the newest iteration of a character doesn't mean that you have to completely hate on it, and you don't have to act like you're getting your superhero, your piece of entertainment taken away from you, because no one's doing that. You might not be taking it away from us, but that doesn't mean that you are respecting it. The problem with these people is that they're saying things like, oh, you're allowed to have your opinion, but, you were supposed to feel some type of way about it. You might agree with it or you might not agree with it, but it was placed there for a reason. We know that this wasn't supposed to just be like a light-hearted jest. Clearly, they didn't write this line to have it be a throwaway, especially when they put it in the trailer. They wanted people to talk about it, which it's not a good line for people to be talking about. It only brings negativity to your product. And of course, one of the people who is saying this is the lead actor, and it's not like he wrote this line. He's only been told to parrot these talking points in interviews to try and damage control after all of the backlash it faced, but I don't think that this is going to go away anytime soon. The writer and director of this film is very loud and opinionated and has said some pretty awful things, like wishing death on politicians he doesn't like, which is why I and many other people don't think this was supposed to just be like a small line that, oh, you might like, you might not like. It was supposed to be a statement that was meant to get people talking and ultimately get people upset. So these are tweets from 2018, and the director did put these on social media. He has since deleted them, but he said, "The only thing I hope Trump has similar to Lincoln's presidency is the way it ended." So clearly, this individual is not afraid to go on social media and talk about the way they hate politicians and the way that they wish awful things would happen to individuals they don't like or they don't agree with. Clearly, the line is supposed to represent feelings he has about a lot of real-world people, and those people are on the right. This statement falls along a far-left narrative, and as I read, it matches his tweets. Calling people fascists is something the far left does, and he just couldn't keep his politics out of the movie. And for a second, let's just consider that maybe they're being truthful. Maybe it was supposed to just get people thinking and they didn't mean for it to be so controversial. Clearly, this wasn't a light-hearted shot at everyone's favorite superhero. This wasn't entertaining. It wasn't funny. It wasn't something you laugh at. This is not something you would put in a movie unless you had a specific reason to. And don't forget that when this all happened, they got blasted by fans online. As you can see, this is the tweet from the official Blue Beetle account where they had posted the original trailer. People were saying things like, "Why did you have to completely ruin an otherwise outstanding trailer literally in the last 5 seconds? Y'all can't help yourselves from destroying your own goodwill." And I have to agree, while this trailer wasn't the best one that I've ever seen, it was at least interesting. And the last 5 seconds completely ruined it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to pass. Bad and ugly. Batman's a fascist. Why let that be the last line of the trailer? And somebody replied, because they've always got to pull eggs at the straight white men. Batman's a fascist. Wow, Oscar level stuff. I mean, they could have put like any other line that wasn't, supposed to take a shot at a character that people love, and this trailer would have actually probably been praised. People would be like, yeah, this is a really solid trailer. You guys actually turning things around, but they didn't do that. Of course, per usual, they just had to add a slight in there that upset people, and we ended up with this mess of a situation. Again, I just feel like these people, while they can say no one's trying to take this character away from you, you might not be, but you're also trying to actively ruin them for us. And while this statement was not the worst, it wasn't like a Brie Larson level statement, it definitely wasn't a good one, and I'm sure over the next few days they are gonna get roasted by fans online who were already upset with this movie because of that trailer. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.